So this is some concerning news that I just became aware of. Romhacking.net, a site that I've been aware of for not the entire time that it's been around, but for a while now for sure. I started becoming aware of ROM hacks, before I started being on YouTube, but I became more and more involved in checking out ROM hacks while I was on YouTube, as a lot of you guys out there would tell me about certain ROM hacks, and it became something very fun and interesting and, unique to look at certain things. That was the one with Sonic getting fatter, eating onion rings and stuff. I mean, there's ROM hacks that are really stupid. There's ROM hacks that really brought games out with like quality of life improvements, translations, and then just quirky, dumb things. It's all over the place. A lot of cool stuff. Some things that were just weird, but it's been really cool. But I saw this and it just kind of struck me, man. Romhacking.net moves to news only. Database and file archive released to Internet Archive. So romhacking.net, essentially all the stuff that's currently on here is going to the Internet Archive, I guess, as backup, but there's not going to be like new submissions and stuff like that to this website. And I kind of scanned through this and it seems like there's some messed up things going on. I'm not, personally involved with anybody with this website. I don't know the people who are involved with this website, but let's kind of go through this real quick. So they state it's been a good near 20-year run, but for various reasons, it's time to wind things down. The site achieved almost everything it set out to do and far exceeded it. We joined hacking and translation communities together for the first time ever. We outlast and eclipsed ROM hacking sites that came before us. We brought ROM hacking from niche and fragmented to global and centralized. Like, I never knew of any other ROM hacking sites. This is the only one I have ever gone to. Like, I mean, I'm sure there was other ones, but this is the only one I ever knew of. But they go on to say, we have assembled the largest force of ROM hackers on the planet. We brought learning resources and accessibility to a much wider range of people. There's a lot of resources on here that I became aware of for sure. We made major progress legitimizing and pulling ROM hacking from underground, dark web type material to something much more accepted by the mainstream. We paved a much easier path for all those that will come after us. No doubt this site changed ROM hacking forever. It will leave behind a legacy of those accomplishments to remember. Things sure have changed since the beginning days. I miss the times when I was able to interact with a smaller group of supportive people to collaborate with rather than the entire world. Having gone from an unknown fledgling site to an infinitely growing and globally known one made sustainability very challenging. The site became so busy with 24/7 use, endless queues, and an endless inbox. It's a very different world than it was in 2005. Copyright pressures increased dramatically with takedowns and legal burden. One thing to note is they never had actual ROMs on here. It was just, ROM hacks, patches, stuff like that, right? But I could assume there could have still been certain issues with certain things. So they state the site shifted from serving mostly contributing humans to bots and overzealous people abusing resources. I'm not exactly sure what that's referencing to, but I could imagine there's definitely people out there abusing things for sure. It always happens, right? They drowned everybody else out. The need for the site has lessened over time. There are now many options for community discussions, open source projects, and file storage across the internet. For a while, I was looking to find a successor within the circles of site supporters. I asked several potential people, but the stars did not align. I was finally looking to wind things down at the end of last year. I wanted to provide the site database and file archive to the general public. At that time, an internal group suddenly emerged with an offer to help continue the site. I questioned their intentions, but I thought it could prove to be a more community-friendly path forward. However, it turned out to be the opposite. We had a rocky phase one, moving the downloads into their possession. When I went to start up phase two, I discovered a most dishonest and hate-filled group. I learned that I had been dehumanized for a very long time. My personal details had been given out. Like, what is that all about? Like, why would somebody target this individual who is offering to help? Why would, People are like, honestly, people are fucked up, man. Secret, deceitful plots had been made to cut me out and drop a bomb like I am a target to destroy. My family has seen this, and after discussion, we are immediately ceasing all related site operations. We're cutting ties to Discord and Twitter social media outlets. We'll have no further contact with these individuals. Lines were crossed. I had hoped this community, especially, would have learned from what happened to Near. This behavior is not okay for handling disagreements, miscommunication, anger, or anything else. See, that's the thing. It's like the crazy, when you're you have any kind of following, or people know of you for any reason, you host a site, you provide a service, you're a personality of some sort, or you produce content of any kind, and you have any kind of social media presence or anything, man. Like there's individuals who just, they got nothing better to do, man. And it's like, you can't, people just don't move on. Like, instead of just enjoying their lives and, finding, things that they enjoy and have fun, it just, if they find somebody that they're just like, oh, I don't like this person, that's fine. You don't like this person, or you're rubbed the wrong way, and move on. Separate yourself from them, right? Like, that's what I do. If you rub me the wrong way, or I don't like you for some odd reason, like, I don't leave comments, I don't mention you in any way. I don't seek you out. I don't find out what you're doing. I just separate myself. I don't bother you. I don't, but some people, they just target an individual and they just go after you, man. That's why, like, some people, they get mad at me. Like, I don't go on social media as much as some people would like. Like, I don't like, I mean, I just stick to my YouTube stuff and promote my videos, and go back to what I'm doing, read my comments, respond to, people who are being, normal, essentially, because there's too much craziness, man. And it's like, I see it, and some, other people get, gone after like crazy. And this is nuts. I don't know exactly what happened here, but just reading some of this, it pisses me off that, like, if this individual was working with others to, like, okay, let's get this going, and then there's all this drama and BS going on behind the scenes, hate-filled grit. Like, I don't understand. I learned that I had been dehumanized for a very long time. My personal details had been given out. Deceitful plots had been made to cut me out. A target to be destroyed. That's like, what is that? Like, that's freaking crazy, dude. This behavior is not okay for handling disagreements, miscommunication, anger, or anything else. I don't know, man. That's just, it's crazy. Like, come on, man. People just, that's why we can't have nice things, man. People want to act a fool. I think they get off on this kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. But he goes on to state, we've released the site database, Sense account, and or profile information, as well as all the files and images to the Internet Archive. In summary, Internet Archive of database download files. All submissions other than news are permanently closed. All sections of the site will remain up as read-only. Downloads and images will be available for as long as Dark Soul, FC, and Chill, and Calico will allow. Forum will remain up. Twitter and Discord affiliations have ended. Anything further from these outlets do not represent myself or romhacking.net. I look forward to seeing what projects will emerge with the site data for the next generation. From what I have seen, it may be a good time to start an open source initiative for a new site. I'd love to hear about what projects you're working on. I thank all of the many staff and community members who kept the wheels turning and the lights on over the years. Proud of our many accomplishments here together. Carry forward, remembering the good times, laughing about the bad times, knowing she was right for the time. But time has a way of moving on. This romhacking.net, as we knew her, signing off. So there you go. That is the update. Moves to news only. Database file archive released to Internet Archive. That's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys, as this has been a resource that I've utilized. I know plenty of you guys have utilized. Just messed up, man. Messed up. But appreciate you guys watching, hanging out with me. Bye.